Good. Wait.
You good? Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Ball. All right, I have to speak to you as recruits, okay? You good? All right, so I apologize if I come off in that fashion. That's my job. So, good morning. Okay, I already said that, right? My name is Dennis Ball. I have the absolute privilege of being the recruit programs coordinator here at the Massachusetts Fire Academy. And I'll be your master of ceremonies today for the career recruit training program graduation. On behalf of State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, welcome to the commencement exercises for Class S14 or S14 of the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy's Career Recruit Firefighting Training Program. At this time, I ask you to please join me in welcoming our presiding officer for today's ceremony, State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski, accompanied by the official party. At this time, please join us as we welcome the chiefs of the department of today's graduating recruits. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of Class S14 and the posting of the national and state colors. Order, all. Left, face. Fall off. Ladies and gentlemen, Class S14 was led in by active member of the Westfield Fire Department, Steve Makos. Great job, Steve. So if we could remain standing, I'd like to call Kaylee Hogan. Is there Kaylee Hogan in the house? Come on up. Because Kaylee's going to grace us with her rendition of the national anthem. And I recruit her dad, Steve. Steve Hogan, come on up. Ian. Oh, it's going to be Ian. I'm looking at Steve Makos. I'm sorry.
So proudly we have at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
If you could just please remain standing for one more moment for the invocation by Chaplain Steve Arba of the Massachusetts Corps of Fire Chaplains, as well as the Amherst Fire Department.
Thank you. And not to leave my Northampton guys out, also Northampton. Let us unite our hearts in the spirit of prayer. We come before you, Holy One, this wonderful day, as we celebrate the accomplishments of these firefighter recruits that on this day will graduate and become the firefighters that they have been called, that they have received that call and answered it to serve their community and the Commonwealth. We thank you for the instructors who shared their wisdom and knowledge and the dedication that they give each and every day to prepare our firefighters to serve. We thank you for the families and for the friends who have supported and given so much of their time as these recruits through the weeks have prepared for this very day. In this celebration, let us lift up the accomplishments of these firefighters and let us prepare ourselves with them as they go into each department to serve their community, to answer that call of distress, and to bring hope, even rescue, in the moment of danger. We ask your blessing upon this celebration as we celebrate in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated, everyone. Everybody have a chair? Everybody comfortable? Best we can? Yes? Okay. So I'd just like to welcome you, everyone, and I'd like to introduce the stage party, the official party. So the Department of Fire Services is a vital public safety organization or agency to keep our community safe. We provide firefighter training, as evident what we're doing here today. Provide public education, fire prevention, code enforcement licensing, fire investigation, hazardous material responses throughout the state, as well as incident support throughout the Commonwealth. The person entrusted to lead the DFS is a gentleman to my left, State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski. To the marshal's left, to the marshal's left is representing the Massachusetts Firefighting Training Council, Assistant Chief Jonathan Miller of the Monson Fire Department. And we just met the Chaplain Bruce Arba, or Arbor, depending upon which part of the state you're from, right? Arba? I'm an Arba guy. So Chief Chaplain Arba, representing the Massachusetts Corps of Fire Chaplains, which is an extremely vital component of the fire service within the Massachusetts geographic region. They provide us with a great service and great comfort. So thank you, Chaplain. And to my right, Captain David Rex, the Holyoke Fire Department. He's one of our lead instructors here at the Springfield campus. David? To the captain's right is another captain, Captain Peter Jeruzik. Peter is captain from the Chicopee Fire Department. And he's also one of my acting recruit program assistant coordinators for this campus. Thank you. So before we get started, I'd just like to throw out an acknowledgement for the instructors and the support staff of this campus. They are fire service professionals sharing their passion for the fire services. For those who don't know, the DFS and the MFA operate 3 campuses in the Commonwealth. The Springfield campus, this campus opened up in 2015. Every component of this campus was new, from the facilities to the curriculum, and particularly the instructors as well as the support staff. There was definitely a learning curve for everyone. Due to their true professionalism and absolute desire to share their profession, this campus has grown both in the number of deliveries a year and in the size of the classes. This only could have happened because of the staff's commitment to produce the best absolute product possible to gain the confidence of the chiefs as well as the marshal. So thank you so much for your dedication and your service. Thank you, guys. And then lastly, every organization has those staff members that are unseen supporting the mission. Their daily efforts make the instructor's job as well as my job absolutely seamless. They are truly the backbone of the organization. So I just want to say a quick shout out to Vicky Jagier and my admin, Kyla McKenzie. Thank you, guys. So at this time, it's my absolute honor and privilege to introduce our State Fire Marshal, State Marshal Peter Ostrowski.
Good morning. As you can see, it's always a challenge to take a kid out on a hunt and have him come out in Springfield and be... he's from Lynn, sorry. So, Reverend Abba, pleasure to have you here with us. Good morning, everyone, and it's my great pleasure on behalf of men and women of the Department of Fire Services to welcome you here to our Springfield campus as we celebrate the achievement of Class S14. We know that over these many months of their work to get to this point, that many sacrifices were made, a great deal of effort was put in, and especially, it was challenging for friends and certainly our families at home. There's a challenge that's put upon you as we undertake our career and our efforts in the fire service. So it's really my great honor and privilege to welcome you here today and to say thank you. Thank you for your support of these recruits, of these fire departments, and of the Department of Fire Services by extension. So it's a pleasure to have you with us, and we know you're going to have an enjoyable day today as we mark these accomplishments. We recognize, too, that part of that sacrifice is especially over these last 10 weeks. While they were in recruit school, there are things left behind at home and at work that have to be accomplished in their absence, and other people have to make up that difference. And to S14, we know that you had a great deal of effort to put in, a great deal of work to prepare for this day and to reach this goal. And I'm happy to say that you've all made it. You've all reached your goal, and congratulations. Now, we know that each of you had your own individual way of preparing for each day and each week as you went along, that while you might have been a participant in a study group, or you may have worked together with some of your friends in the class, you also are individuals and you had your own way of preparing and getting ready. In addition, you come from a number of fire departments, as we can see by the number of chiefs representing their departments here and welcoming you back. And I know that this past Sunday evening, as you prepared for this week, your final week at the academy, this is one area where you probably all prepared the same way. Starting at about, late afternoon, you may have enjoyed a cold drink, a glass of water, a lemonade, maybe half of an adult beverage. You practiced good nutrition. You may have had a jalapeno popper or two and some potato skins to prepare for the rigors of this upcoming week. And then about 6:30, you kicked off a training film. A film that you all, in your individual locations, or maybe together, sat and watched because you knew that Super Bowl 54, with Patrick What's-His-Name and Jimmy G, represented one of the core values that you've learned over these 10 weeks, and that's teamwork. 10 weeks ago, these Belichicks sent you to this practice field. 10 weeks ago, you started camp, and you came here, you practiced reps, you got yourselves in good condition, you learned the plays, you came together as a team. Because even though we know at the end of the training film Sunday night, after which you immediately went to bed, even though one guy went to Disney World, he only got there by virtue of the team, of working together. Now, over these 10 weeks of camp, you've been supported by a whole bunch of great coordinators, fire service personnel, people who have been in the game and have prepared you based on what they've learned, what they've seen, and what they've done. Because they come back to share with you. And we thank you and all the instructors from DFS who work so hard every day, not only on camp, but also on special teams. We thank the company officers, the people that you'll work with every single day, those senior firefighters, seasoned firefighters, company officers and above, that during your time in camp, you went back and said, I don't get this piece, I need some support on that piece. And that when you go back to work on your respective departments, there'll be those Josh McDaniel stand-ins, putting together big plays, the offensive coordinators that you'll live and work with every day and have their support. These Belichicks, who have confidence in you and the McDaniels and all the rest of their departments, know that you're well prepared by virtue of your time here and your accomplishment. And we look forward. We know that from this point, You will continue on your special teams. You are well prepared. So when fire has got hold of that three-decker and it's advancing through the balloon construction, you have what it takes to be in the right spot at the right time to make that interception, to make that big play. And finally, we're here today to celebrate with you that you're moving from the practice field into the regular season. There's a lot of games to play. There's a lot of teamwork that's going to get us to victory. There are going to be some losses. And as a team, we need to be there to pick each other up, dust each other off, and continue with the season. And I look forward to being with you 32, 35, 40 years from now when you go to Disney World, when you've won the Super Bowl, and the next rookie team is coming up behind you. Congratulations, best wishes, and go Pats.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to call up Assistant Chief Jonathan Miller of the Monson Fire Department. He's also representing the Massachusetts Fire Training Council to present the Richard N. Bangs Outstanding Recruit Award.
Welcome. It's great to see such a full house here. Now, I know you didn't come for the comfortable seats or the concessions, and I'm sure it's not the weather. It's to honor these folks in front of us, these graduates. And as a representative of the Fire Training Council, that's my job and my pleasure to be here for you. Richard N. Bangs was the chairman of the Massachusetts Fire Training Council for many years. Upon his retirement, the council voted to name the Outstanding Student Award in his honor. The Career Recruit Training Curriculum is designed to train and evaluate students in the basic skills of the firefighting profession. This course is demanding both physically and academically, and completing it is an accomplishment worth recognition. In each class, there is one student selected who has an excellent in the training program, and this student is named the Outstanding Student of the class. The award is based upon the student's total academic and practical skills, testing, and evaluations. At this time, I'd like to invite Chief Richard Ayers of the, and I'll pronounce this wrong because I'm from Western Mass, this area, Gardner Fire Department to join us. Thank you. Okay, so that gets us down to two possible candidates. I'm pleased to present the Richard N. Bangs Award for the Outstanding Student Recruit Class S14 to firefighter Jacob Thompson of the Gardner Fire Department.
No pictures? Any pictures? Going once? Twice? One? You want to stand up and take a picture? Come here.
Yeah.
Come here. Good job. Outstanding. Recruit 132. Congratulations on your achievement. Top student in each class is extremely competitive. We're choosing these students at times. Scores less than 1/10 of 1% at times. So it's extremely, extremely competitive. So congratulations on your achievement. However, this class, you were run away by points. There was no question about it, so congratulations. So that makes you the MVP of class S14. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Right? Chain of command? Yes? Yes, sir. Okay. So being the class of S14, that's equivalent to being the MVP of the Super Bowl. Yes? Would you agree with that? Yes, sir. Okay. So what's the first thing that the MVP says at the Super Bowl? What are you going to do now? What's the first thing they say? Absolutely. Absolutely, right? Believe it or not, you're already at Disney World. All right? It's the best place on earth, right? Absolutely. You're already here. You just don't know it. I just told you, okay? Okay. So what's the next thing the MVP does? Yes, you will. Yes, you do. Don't play with me. What's the next thing they do? They go to Disney World, right? Before they go to Disney World, what do? They celebrate. They go on a talk show circuit, right? Good Morning America, the late night shows, all that good stuff. That right? Congratulations. This is your first talk show appearance. Come on up.
All right, well, I just want to start by saying thank everyone for coming out today. It's been a long 10 weeks. We all had a lot of sweat and tears together, but it's been a heck of a ride, and couldn't be happier to be done right now, get back to work. So just want to thank all the instructors, all the crib staff. It's been an amazing time spent here, so thank you guys.
You actually going with that? You gonna keep this?
I don't know yet.
All right. All right. I know that you're trying to get the whole Jake thing going on, but all right. So congratulations in all seriousness. All right. At this time, I'd like to call up Assistant Recruit Coordinator Peter Jeruzik to call today's roll of today's graduating recruits. Friends and family, all right, this is your day. Come on up, take some photographs. You ready to rock and roll? Let's go. Here you go. Come on, Pete.
Yeah. You gonna talk about the badges?
No, you can do that. Hey guys, just real quick before we start. Any veterans in the house? Veterans, please stand up. Please stand up if you're a veteran. Thank you very much for your service. And we're always remiss. We're in public safety. We always have this banter between the blue side and the red side. Any law enforcement agents here? Any law enforcement people? Law enforcement, please stand. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you. Tough. Crazy, crazy tough job. Thank you for your service.
Before we get started, I'd like to explain at the end, you're going to see the recruits place their accountability tags on this red board over here. The significance of this in the fire service accountability is incredibly important. And we drill that into them from day one or day zero when they come to the academy. So as they leave this stage and they graduate, they're going to tag up on that board for the last time on their way out. It's a part of a ceremony we do here in Springfield, and it's an honor for them to finish today and tag up on the way out. To start off, I would like to call up Chief Alan Soroy, representing Agawam Fire Department. Caleb Stone. Feel free to come right up for pictures. Representing the Amherst Fire Department, Assistant Chief Lindsay Stromgren. Recruit Angela Danger. Recruit Dennis Pelletier. Representing the Athol Fire Department, we have Chief Joseph Guarnera. Recruit Ian Hogan. Nice job, sir. Representing the Chicopee Fire Department, Chief Daniel Stamborski. Recruit Kyle Apt. Recruit Cody Anischek. Recruit Drew Bruska. Recruit Brian Bushy. Co-presenting, we have retired Captain Louis Carvalho for the Westover Fire Department, who happens to be the father of recruit Nathan Carvalho. Recruit Jacob Hilton. Representing the Gardner Fire Department, we have Chief Richard Aries. Thanks for coming, Chief. Recruit Ryan Benoit. Good job. Recruit Jacob Thompson. Good job, undergrad. Representing the Mashpee Fire Department, we have Chief Thomas Rulo. Recruit Daniel Hebenstreet.
Good? And butcher it?
Representing the Natick Fire Department, Deputy Chief Daniel Matthews. Deputy. Recruit Peter Carboni.
Good job, Diesel.
Recruit John Feeney. Co-presenting, we have retired Fire Chief Michael Salmon from the Rockland Fire Department. He will be co-presenting for his son, Kyle Salmon. Representing the Northampton Fire Department, Chief Dwayne Nichols. Recruit Matthew Burrell. Recruit Daniel Schott. Representing the Pittsfield Fire Department, Chief Thomas Sammons. Recruit Jared Carcetti. Co-presenting for the next recruit, we have Captain Kenneth Cowan of the Pittsfield Fire Department. Co-presenting for recruit Michael Lynch. Robert Reynolds. Yep. Co-presenting for the next recruit, we have Police Officer Matthew Garcia of the Springfield Fire Department, who is the cousin of Mark Rosa. Representing the Springfield Fire Department, we have Deputy Chief Michael Hess. Recruit Christian Barrios Torres. Co-presenting for the next recruit, we have Deputy Chief William Cochran of the Springfield Police Department, who is the father of Nolan Cochran. Matthew Jerome. My bad. Co-presenting for the next recruit, we have firefighter Dasan McGee of the Springfield Fire Department. He is the cousin of Robert Poole, Jr. Recruit Julio Rivera. Representing the West Springfield Fire Department, we have Chief William Flaherty. Recruit John Dumphy. John, man. Representing the Westboro Fire Department, we have Chief Patrick Purcell. Co-presenting for the next recruit, we have Chief Kevin Breen of the Marlboro Fire Department, who is the father of recruit Daniel Breen. Co-presenting for the next recruit, we have Lieutenant John Sheridan of the Hopkinton Fire Department, who's the brother of Patrick Sheridan. Representing the Westfield Fire Department, we have Chief Patrick Egloff. Recruit Gina Favada. Recruit Bethany Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, class S14. Be seated, guys. '107. 107. All right? Stand up. This is Mr. Ball's award after he walked through. I'm voting him the best of mustache. Representing the fire service. That's old school. Did you come in with that? Let's talk about that another day, okay? Excellent, excellent. All right, at this time, I'd like to call upon the class spokesman of S14, Firefighter Kyle App of the Chicopee Fire Department.
All right. On behalf of Class S14, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming out today. It's an important day, I know, for all of us in the start of our careers as firefighters. 10 weeks ago, we started our first day here at the Academy, not knowing what to expect. We all brought a wide variety of backgrounds, wide variety of experiences with us. Some military, some prior in the fire service, and some straight out of the workforce. From day one, the instructors made it very clear that this job will not be like any other, nor require 110% of us every single day to be successful. It was also made very clear that we would have a few very spirited conversations to keep us on the right path if we did not. Everyone had their weak points and strong points alike, whether it was physical training, academics, or certain practical skills in the drill yard. Throughout our time here, we came together to push each other. 32 new recruits started at the Mass Fire Academy, and because of the teamwork, there are 32 firefighters graduating. Eventually, we got used to going out for a tough PT session in the morning to move straight into throwing ladders, hauling hose, practicing search and rescue, just to name a few. There was a lot of information and skills to cover in a short amount of time, and this class was ready. In the military, I learned that even if you think your skills are not perishable, you need to continuously train and practice to be the best there is, especially when there's others relying on you. Let's not stop just because we're leaving the academy today. I'd like to say thank you to all the instructors for laying out a great foundation to build off of, and again to the family and friends for coming out and supporting us. This time, Class S14 would like to present the Massachusetts Firefighting Academy with our class plaque. This is a tradition. Every class presents a plaque to the Mass Fire Academy.
Instructors, come on up, please. Very nice. Thanks, guys. Listen, the recruit just mentioned that with 32 in, 32 out. Just to underscore that achievement, every class within our system, we always lose people through this process. So having 32 in and 32 successfully completed the program, very strong. That's very unusual, very unusual. So kudos to your class. So please stand for the benediction by Chaplain Bruce Arbour. Thank you.
Just before we offer this benediction, I want to point something out that's very important in fire service. Fire service, some would call a strong tradition that has lasted for centuries, built on the backs of men and women who have given so much to their communities, even at the cost of life. But our goal, of course, is I instructed not long ago to these fine recruits, or graduates now, that the goal of fire service is not to die in a fire, but to reach the end of that career where you will celebrate that service that you have given for many years. And so today I would like to celebrate one of my chiefs, Chief Dwayne Nichols, who will retire this year and go and celebrate as an example of a person who has not only served as a chief, but a firefighter with honor and dignity and with the highest level of self-care. For him, he has witnessed to you what it means to truly be a firefighter. One who cares, trains, and prepares every day to answer that call, and to do so with integrity and with dignity in a way that honors this great tradition. So as you go from this place, I wish God's blessing upon you, that when the call comes out for you to answer that call, that you and those whom you serve with will do so in absolute safety, true wisdom from which you have begun here in this very place. And with each passage, I pray the same peace and safety be upon your families and friends who will await your return from those calls. Go from this place knowing that you walk in the safety of the one who protects us and who guards us every day. In his holy name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of State Fire Marshal Peter Ostrowski and the men and women of the Department of Fire Services, I'd like to thank every one of you for joining us on this very, very special occasion. We wish each member of Class S14 the best in their careers. Be safe. Congratulations, guys. So at this time, I ask you to remain standing for the departure of the official party, followed by the chiefs of the department, and then the Piper Makos, will lead out Class S14. Outstanding. Congratulations. Be safe.